Welcome back to your favorite English learning channel.
English Podcast Adventures.
Hey everyone, welcome back to English Podcast Adventures. I'm Michael.
And I'm Sophia. Thanks for joining us today.
So, Sophia, before we jump into today's topic, I just want to remind everyone listening that we have something special for you.
Oh, yes, Michael, tell them about the PDF.
Right. So for every episode we create, we also make a free PDF with vocabulary, key phrases, and extra notes to help you practice. And you can download it completely free inside our English Podcast Adventures Telegram channel.
Exactly. And honestly, if you're not in that Telegram channel yet, you're kind of missing out. We share extra learning tools, helpful resources, and sometimes we even ask you what topics you want to hear next.
Yeah, it's not just about the PDFs. It's like a little community for English learners. And the link is right there in the description below this video. Just click it, join the channel, and grab your free materials.
Super easy. Okay, Michael, so what are we talking about today?
Today's topic is really interesting. We're going to talk about how routine shapes your identity.
Ooh, I like that. So basically, how the things we do every day actually change who we are as people.
Exactly. It sounds simple, but when you really think about it, it's kind of deep.
Totally. All right, let's get into it.
So, Sophia, when we say routine, what do we mean?
Good question, Michael. A routine is basically a set of actions or habits that you do regularly. Like every morning, maybe you wake up, brush your teeth, drink coffee, and check your phone. That's a routine.
Right. It's something you repeat over and over. And the word regularly means you do it often, like every day or every week.
Exactly. So routines are these small, repeated actions. And here's the thing. Most people don't realize how powerful routines actually are.
Yeah, because we think, oh, it's just my morning coffee. It's no big deal. But actually, Sophia, those small actions add up over time, right?
Absolutely. That's the key idea here. Small actions repeated over time create big results. And they also shape who you become.
So when we say shape, we mean they influence or form something. Like imagine clay. You shape clay with your hands to make a bowl or a cup.
Nice example, Michael. So in this case, your routines shape your identity. Your identity is who you are, your personality, your values, your habits, the way you see yourself.
Right. So if you wake up every day and go for a run, over time, you start to see yourself as someone who is active and healthy.
Exactly. That's identity. You're not just a person who runs sometimes, you become a runner.
I love that. So the action becomes part of your identity.
Yes, and that's what we're exploring today.
All right. So let's think about some real examples. Sophia, do you have a morning routine?
I do. Every morning I wake up around 7, I make tea, not coffee, tea, and then I sit down and read for about 20 minutes.
Oh, that's nice. So you read every single morning?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, some days I skip it if I'm really busy, but most days, yes.
So over time, how has that affected you?
Well, I think it's made me calmer. Like, I start my day in a peaceful way instead of rushing. And also, I've read so many books now because of that habit. So I feel like I'm always learning something new.
That's awesome. So your morning routine has shaped you into someone who values calmness and learning.
Exactly, Michael. I didn't plan it that way at first. I just liked reading, but now it's part of who I am.
That's such a good example. And you know what? I think a lot of people listening can relate to that. Even if you don't read, maybe you have something else you do every day.
Right, like maybe you cook breakfast for your family every morning. Over time, that makes you someone who cares about taking care of others.
Yes, Or maybe you practice English every day by listening to podcasts like this one.
Oh, I see what you did there, Michael.
What? I'm just saying. If you're listening to us regularly, you're becoming someone who is serious about improving your English.
True. And honestly, that's really important because learning a language takes time. You can't just do it once and become fluent. You need that routine.
Exactly. And by the way, if you're enjoying this conversation and you're learning something, go ahead and hit that like button. It really helps us keep making these episodes for you.
Yeah, and drop a comment too. Tell us what your daily routine is. We love hearing from you guys. Plus, it helps other learners connect and share ideas.
Totally. Okay, so let's keep going.
So, Michael, here's a question. Can routines also shape your identity in a negative way?
Oh, absolutely. That's a really important point, Sophia, because not all routines are good for us.
Right. Like if someone spends 3 hours every night scrolling through social media, that becomes a routine too.
Yeah, and over time, that might make them feel anxious or like they're wasting time. So their identity could become someone who feels stressed or unproductive.
Exactly. The word unproductive means you're not getting much done. You're not making progress.
So that's why it's so important to be aware of your routines. You need to ask yourself, is this routine helping me become the person I want to be?
That's such a good question, Michael. And I think a lot of people never stop to think about that.
Right, we just do the same things every day without questioning them.
So maybe it's time to evaluate your routines. Evaluate means to look at something carefully and decide if it's good or bad, helpful or not helpful.
Exactly. And if you find a routine that's not serving you, meaning it's not helping you, then you can change it.
Yes, and that's actually really empowering. Empowering means it gives you power or control over your life.
I love that word because when you realize you can change your routines, you realize you can change your identity.
Exactly. You're not stuck being one way forever.
Okay, so let's talk about how to build better routines. Sophia, where do you even start?
Well, I think the first step is to start small. A lot of people try to change everything at once, and that usually doesn't work.
Yeah, like someone decides, starting tomorrow, I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m., go to the gym, eat perfectly healthy, and study for 2 hours.
Right. And then by day 3, they're exhausted and they give up.
Exactly. So instead, pick one small thing, like I'm going to drink a glass of water every morning when I wake up.
That's so simple, but it works. Because once that becomes a habit, you can add another small routine.
Right. And slowly, over time, you're building a whole new identity.
I love that. So the key is consistency, not perfection. Consistency means doing something regularly, even if it's not perfect every time.
Yes, that's such an important word for language learners, too. You don't need to study for 5 hours one day and then nothing for a week. Just do a little bit every single day.
Exactly, Michael. 10 minutes a day is way better than 0 minutes a day.
Absolutely.
So, Michael, here's another thing I think is interesting. Routines don't just change how we see ourselves, they also change how other people see us.
Oh, that's true. Can you explain that a bit more?
Sure. So let's say you have a friend who always shows up on time. Every single time you meet them, they're there when they said they'd be there.
Okay, yeah.
So over time, you start to see that person as reliable. Reliable means you can trust them. They do what they say they'll do.
Right. So their routine of being on time has shaped their reputation.
Exactly. Reputation is how other people think about you, and it's built through your actions over time.
That's so true. And the same thing works the other way, right? If someone is always late, people start to see them as unreliable.
Exactly. So your routines don't just change you on the inside. They also change how the world sees you.
Wow, that's powerful. So if you want people to see you as someone who is organized or creative or hardworking, you need to build routines that match that identity.
Yes, you can't just say, I'm a hardworking person. You have to show it through your actions.
That's a great point, Sophia. Okay, so I want to talk about something called
identity-based habits. Have you heard of this idea, Sophia?
I have. It's from a book, right?
Yeah, from a book called Atomic Habits by James Clear. And the idea is really simple, but really powerful.
Okay, explain it for everyone listening.
So most people focus on goals, like I want to lose 10 kilograms or I want to learn Spanish.
Right, goals.
But James Clear says it's better to focus on identity instead. So instead of saying I want to lose weight, you say I want to become a healthy person.
Oh, I see. So it's about who you want to be, not just what you want to achieve.
Exactly. And then you ask yourself, what would a healthy person do? And the answer is a healthy person would exercise, eat well, and get enough sleep.
So you're building routines based on the identity you want to have.
Yes, and over time, you actually become that person.
That's so cool, Michael, because it's not about willpower anymore. It's about identity.
Exactly. Willpower is your ability to control yourself and make yourself do hard things. But willpower runs out. Identity is much stronger.
Right. Because if you see yourself as a healthy person, then eating healthy and exercising just feels natural. It's who you are.
Exactly.
So, Michael, here's a question for you. How do you personally use routines to shape your identity?
Ooh, good question. Let me think. Well, one thing I do is I write every morning. Not a lot, just for about 15 or 20 minutes.
Every single morning?
Pretty much, yeah. And at first I did it because I thought, this will help me improve my writing. But now I see myself as a writer.
Oh, so it became part of your identity.
Exactly. Even if I'm not writing a book or anything big, I still think of myself as someone who writes. And that's because of the routine.
That's awesome, Michael. And I think that's something everyone can do. Like, if you practice English every day, even for 10 minutes, you start to see yourself as an English learner or even an English speaker.
Yes! And that shift in identity is so important because once you see yourself that way, it's easier to keep going.
Totally. And speaking of practicing English, if you're watching this video right now and you're learning something, please share it with a friend who's also learning English. It really helps us reach more people.
Yeah, and it helps your friend too. Learning together is always more fun.
Exactly.
All right, so let's talk about one more thing before we wrap up. Sophia, what happens when your routine gets interrupted?
Oh, that's a tough one. Like when something unexpected happens and you can't do your normal routine?
Exactly. Maybe you travel, or you get sick, or something at work changes.
Yeah, I think that happens to everyone. And honestly, it can be really frustrating.
It can, but I also think it's a good test. Because if your identity is really strong, you'll find a way to keep going, even if the routine changes.
That's true. Like if you see yourself as someone who reads every day, and then you go on a trip and you can't read in the morning, you'll find another time to read.
Exactly. Maybe you read at night or during your lunch break. The routine might change, but the identity stays the same.
Right. So it's not about being perfect. It's about being flexible, but still staying true to who you want to be.
I love that, Sophia. Flexible means you can adapt and change when you need to.
Exactly. Life is unpredictable. You can't control everything, but you can control how you respond.
That's such a good point. Okay, so Michael, let's summarize everything we talked about today.
Good idea. So first, we talked about what a routine is. It's a set of actions you do regularly.
Right. And we talked about how small actions repeated over time shape your identity.
Yes, your identity is who you are, your personality, your values, how you see yourself. We also talked about how routines can be positive or negative, so it's important to evaluate your routines and make sure they're helping you become the person you want to be.
Exactly. And we talked about identity-based habits. Instead of focusing on goals, focus on who you want to become.
Right. Ask yourself, what would that kind of person do? And then do those things.
And finally, we talked about being flexible. Life will interrupt your routine sometimes, but if your identity is strong, you'll find a way to keep going.
That's perfect summary, Michael.
All right, so before we finish, I want to remind you all that we have another great episode ready for you to watch. Just click the video on your screen right now and keep learning with us.
Yes, don't stop now. Keep the momentum going.
Okay, so that's it for today's episode. Thank you so much for listening, everyone.
Yeah, thank you. We really appreciate you being here.
And don't forget, if you want that free PDF with all the vocabulary and notes from today's episode, head over to our English Podcast Adventures Telegram channel. The link is in the description below.
Seriously, it's such a helpful resource and it's completely free. You just click the link, join the channel, and download it.
Exactly. So don't miss out on that.
And before you go, if you enjoyed this episode, please hit that like button. It really helps us keep making these videos for you.
Yeah, and leave a comment. Tell us what your daily routine is, or tell us what topic you want to hear next. We read every single comment.
We do. And if you know someone who's learning English, share this video with them. Learning together is always more fun.
Absolutely. All right, Sophia, I think that's everything.
Yep. Thanks again, everyone. See you in the next episode.
See you next time. Keep learning, keep growing, and remember, your routines shape your identity. Bye.
Bye.